So hello everybody, welcome back to my videos. I'm sure remember I did one of my videos in my car a while back. So I thought, why not do in my pickup? There's nothing wrong with my recording room. It just thought, since I do in my car, why not do in my pickup? So, roll the intro. In the kingdom old and grand, Elena, a princess bravely rules the land. Elena, with her family by her side. Elena, it's a wild and daring ride. Elena, Elena of Avalor. So anyways, this is going to be called Elena Episode 8, Royal Retreat. So Elena goes off to, I guess a little meeting of a bunch of rulers, a gathering, a get-together, shindig, party, drug dealer conference. I'm just joking. Whatever you want to call it. Anyways, so she goes to this thing, and it's called the Royal Retreat. There's that King Hector, King of Hectoria's Royal Retreat. And upon arrival with Skylar, she meets King Joaquin from the Kingdom of Coriza, King Lars from the Kingdom of Marshak, and King Raja from the Kingdom of Tabula. Okay. So, then she meets King Hector, the King of Hectoria, who the king said, and she said, I can't wait to meet our host. They said, yes, I should probably warn you about our hosts. King Hector can be bossy, pushy, I was going to say difficult, but he always gives out very generous gifts, like a castle or a private island. They said, I wonder what he's going to give us this year. Wouldn't you like to know? He said, whoa, this is for rulers only. And they go, King Hector. They said, this is Crown Prince Elena of Avalor. He says, I know, I was just kidding. They said, he did that to all of us our first time retreat. The joke never gets old. It sure doesn't. Lars bad. Get over here, you knuckleheads. They said, so how you boys enjoying your summer castles? They're, oh, thank you for giving them to us. We're enjoying them with words beyond compare. They said, thank you for giving us. He said, well, it's nothing compared to this year's gift. He said, the World Series 8 series at World's Classic Sea Blaster. He says, complete with automatic sales, a bowling alley on deck, and a golden statue of yours truly on the bow. And for those of you who don't know what a bow is, I've looked this up because I've heard it on several, movies with ships. When I just finished watching is the entire series of Pirates of the Caribbean. That was not like the Liberty Kid series I finished. That was a lot more difficult. Thank goodness Pirates of the Caribbean is only five movies, eh? I'm going to finish Harry Potter next, which is a 8 movie series. Oh god, I don't want to do that. But I'll let y'all know when I finished it. I don't have the movies right now, but I am going to get them soon. So tonight I'm going to be watching what's that movie? Angel Fallen. I don't know the title of it. I forgot. I just read it from Redbox. I'll let y'all know. I'll let y'all know when I have rented it. And when I go back home and look at the title, what it is, or check my email. But anyways, so anyways, I'm sorry. I know y'all want to hear about Elena. So back to Elena Avalor. So anyways, Elena goes and to the retreat. They start off and stuff, and she's already like, this King Hector dude isn't good. They're walking the resort, and he said, is it just me, or is your resort more glorious than last year? He said, yeah, I had to find something to do with all my money. He says, I renovated the entire island. And I said, well, you can always build roads or schools. There are some people I know didn't need to do that. Some people I know who could spend their money in a lot better things than what they're spending them on. Like roads and schools. Exactly. There are wiser ways to spend your money than just blowing it on stuff you don't need. Like, for example, fixing something that isn't broken. Like the island, there's nothing wrong with it. He just wanted to renovate it for no good reason. That wasn't even broken. He just fixing something isn't broken. He said, "Why would I build a school? I graduated years ago." Don't you just hate dumbasses like that? I won't build it because I don't need it. Not for you, for your people. But hey, he's an obnoxious, naughty, evil king. I can already tell. Something wrong with Hector. First we have Alonso, then we have Esteban, then we have King Hector. At least they're not all three in one episode. If that ever happens, you'll be seeing me doing my next video in the hospital. Because I'm going to have a heart attack if that ever happens. Don't forget that, everybody. If I'm doing my movie in the hospital ever, it's because Prince Alonso, Esteban, and King Hector were all three in one movie. That's why it happened. Hopefully, not all three in the same scene. Hopefully, I don't notice it, right? That probably won't happen, so don't worry. If Esteban or Alonso or Hector were all in one scene, like it was just Esteban and Alonso or Hector Alonso or something like that, not with all three of them, I'd probably lose my mind, but I could handle it better. I wouldn't have a heart attack, so that I could probably handle. So anyways, let's get on the movie. So they get in the movie, and so we get in hurry. So they get in the resort, and she says, so she's about to take a seat. He goes, that seat is for Lozapan. It's for the originator. Yes, King Hector. He goes, Lozapan, you sit there. No, that seat is for Joaquini Bonini. He's, Hector, that's sit. Where's my throne? Oh, we must have forgot to set one out for you, Elena. Hey, bring her another chair. What? Whoa, that is rude. You don't deny a woman a chair. That's rude, Hector. That was a really move right there, Hector. That really was. Hector is a complete pass it on. But anyway, so since King Hector is doing bad things to Elena, so she says, she said, I brought some royal gifts, stood up because he brought her a chair, and it's a little bitty chair. It's not like a throne like the rest of them. She can't even reach the table. Imagine trying to reach your arms all up like this. Can you imagine that? Or try to even start a conversation. That's rude. Hector's a complete pass it on. So anyway, she stood up to talk and said, I brought some royal gifts, some Avalor and chocolate, some royal shears. He says, thank you, princess, but royal gifts are distributed until after the retreat. Why didn't you say that? You know, when I would introduce someone, I'd say, welcome to the royal retreat. Now, we have to establish some ground rules here. Number one, no being rude here, everybody. We don't want no drama. And, of course, we're going to talk politics. That usually ends in a fight, but we're all politicians here. Second of all, third of all, actually, royal gifts are distributed until after the retreat. Should have said that, Hector. But anyways, he said, don't worry about it. Hector's hiring all new rulers. There wasn't even a seat for Joaquin. But he said, but that's what I thought that it was horrible until Hector gave me my own island. See, Hector needs to give stuff for people to be around him. That's not good. You don't want to be like that. He says, if you want to be in Hector's club, The rules are very clear. Just follow his lead. And there's nothing to fear. Hector just pushing away and goes, well, King, if anyone can about my club, it's gotta be this guy. Right here, his teeth just gleams. And he goes, my club is best. And perks can't be beat. He said, just follow my lead, and you'll have a taste. So take a big piece. Don't need silverware. Just laugh at my jokes, and you'll have a chair. You see, you need to do something for him. I wouldn't do nothing for this guy. I'd say, no, screw it. I'll make my own road retreat. If Hector can do it, so can you, Elena. You're nice. Hector ain't. So then, he tries to capture a sea creature on Mariposa. And they find out it's just a baby. The mother is trapped. So Elena rescues the mother. And Skylar bangs up his wing. So he asks Elena on the beach. And then Joaquin says, Elena was right. There's the baby and the mother. The baby is a threat. Men, lower net. So what are you doing? He said, it's calm. Which will make it that much easier to capture from my aquarium. So this wasn't about protecting our ships? This was just about having another sea creature to show off in your aquarium? He said, no. Another 2 sea creatures will capture baby and the mother. He said, that's not right. He said, you can't do this. He said, for sure, it's already been done. He left and got Elena and inspired her. Said that he's not going to follow Hector's lead anymore. So they went to a ship and they released the baby. But the mother had already knocked a hole in the ship. Oh! The indestructible sea blaster is going to be at the bottom of the ocean. Hector, you see, if he can build a submarine, he could make something that goes under the ocean and say this was the once indestructible sea blaster. Remember the Titanic? This ship is just like it. It is not indestructible. It's made out of wood. Of course it's not indestructible. So, wait, did they even have submarines by then? I don't think so. The Turtle was the first submarine I've heard of, and it was wooden too. Anyways, answers on a postcard, please. So, anyways, so they go with Hector, on the ship, and he said, Hector, the Mariposa knocked a hole in your ship. He said, this ship can't sink, it's indestructible. And she lowers Mariposa back in the water, out of the net, and she said, is now a good time to take out royal gifts, King Hector? With the royal shield, he said, if you cut that net, you're out of the club. You'll never be one of the kings. She said, I don't need anyone kings. I'm going to be queen. Snip. And he goes,